What's up, beautiful people? We are back with a brand new game. We're about to play Pokémon Reminiscence. And I am changing it to English. The English version has just dropped yesterday. I'm super excited. I've heard some amazing things about this game. And as you can see, there's a few little options here before starting, but we're just going to go with the normal story mode. And I believe this is a complete game. Here are some of the instructions on keys to use. But let's get right into it. Let's see what this game is about. Somewhere in the ocean. Okay, it looks like there's a storm or something happening. Some crazy weather. This is a fan game, so it is playable on PC and also through JoyPlay on Android. Okay, and there's some character walking here. Lugia, how could you? You are quite mistaken. You don't know what you've done. Okay, so it seems there might be a Lugia focus. Now this guy's got something in his hand. I don't know if it's like a map or some special item. But the scenery looks amazing. Looks like he's walked to the end of the pier. What? He's just turned into Lugia himself. What is going on? A man just transformed into Lugia. This is crazy. Okay, it looks like the storm's getting worse now. All the Pokemon seem to be running away and hiding. It's just the lightning smashing everywhere. The scenery does look beautiful. And even here on the beach, it looks like all the Pokemon are running away, trying to hide from the bad weather. Maybe it's Lugia coming through, causing all this crazy weather. Even some beautiful Wingo. They're like, nah, we're getting out of here, fam. Okay, wait a minute. And we've just seen a Kyogre, the legendary Pokemon. Whoa, looks epic. Legendary Pokemon Kyogre and Lugia. Okay. Are you gonna finish me off once and for all? What is happening? Do you really have nothing to say? Huh? I shall not allow the cycle to stop. I believed I could place my trust in you, you know, but apparently you are just another traitor. Pokémon Reminiscencia. So it is a Spanish name. I think it means Pokémon Reminiscence in English. And it is a highly anticipated game. It's been out in Spanish for quite a while, but I think this is the first time it's dropped in English, and it is one of my favorite creators. So I'm excited to give it a go. It's a brand new storyline, something completely new, fresh and different. It seems the sea has returned to normal. Those wretched storms, I never get a wink of sleep when they happen. Good morning, old wow. Have you spent the night out again? You'd better be ready. Another day of work in the garden awaits us. So it looks like we've got a Pokemon, an old Wall, we call him. What's wrong with you? Didn't you have dinner last night? So it looks like we've got a Walrein, or at least he works on the farm with us. Hey, if you want to eat Krabby, you'll be the one chasing them. Seems he wants me to follow, even though I don't like getting close to the shore. Okay, so we can actually use our character now. We're going to follow Walrein and try see where he takes us. We're going to go down this little path to the beach. Oh, and there's looks like the guy that turned into Lugia. And looks like there's a Peony. PP. What's that blue thing that's moving? A Pokemon and a person? Yeah. Don't go near Master Lucius. I won't let you harm him. Okay, so this peony is very protective. I must be tired. I barely slept and now I'm delirious. Change of plans. Well, I'm going back to bed. Ugh. Master Lucius. Where? My rosary. Okay, so it looks like he's waking up and he's worried about his rosary. Can you help? It looks like I'm going to regret this, but still. Step aside. I'm going to take him to my house to rest. Okay. Okay, so we're being a good Samaritan. We're going to take him to our house to let him rest up. Calm down. He's just sleeping. He doesn't have a scratch. Master was very badly injured and Fiona healed his wounds as quickly as I could, but Master didn't wake up. Fiona's very worried. Where am I? In my house. Can you get up? Because it looks like his rosary's there, but it's all broken. Some of the beads are cracked. Oh, destroyed in pieces. You dropped them while I was bringing you here. You also had a piece of cloth in your hand. And a notebook. Here you go. Don't worry, I didn't open it. You. What a large amount of prana. Fascinating. Prana? What are you talking about? Did you hit your head? What is prana? Gah. You should show more respect towards Master. Silence, Fiona. Pee. The one in charge, I see. My apologies, sir. We must seem like a couple of strandeds to you. Stranded? Allow us to introduce ourselves properly. My name is Lucius. I am the guardian of the sea, although I'm better known as the Pokemon Lugia. It's a pleasure. Okay, so this guy really is Lugia, he says, but he's in his human form. Not a very important Pokemon that likes to get involved in other people's affairs. Peony tries to help. As you can see, I'm currently in my human form. If I can't repair the rosary, I will remain in my human form forever. Oh, of course, you're Lugia and I'm the king of Kalos. Oh, this is quite funny. I wish I could answer you. I've forgotten what happened. Wow, what a coincidence. Let's go, Peony. Okay, so they're gonna try and repair their rosary. It looks like the rosary allows him to change into Lugia, the Pokemon form. And if they can't repair it, then he might stay in his human form forever. What just happened? At least the Pokemon named Peony didn't seem hostile to me. Anyway, I'll try not to think about it too much. We've got some gardening work to do. Okay, very strange. So we rescued this guy from the beach. He says he's Lugia, and the rosary, which is broken, allows him to change into his Pokemon form. And he's trying to repair it somehow. Okay, we're gonna go down to our farm and do a bit of work. Get some food for the day. A few hours later. Okay, that's all for today. I wonder what happened to that Lucius and Fiona. Are they still at the beach? So let's go check up on them, see if there's any updates. Ah, he's on a swing. Still here? Have you still not managed to fix that damn necklace? It's a rosary. I can ask Oddworld to help collect a few conchas and colored shells for you. And he says, unfortunately, that just won't do. You need something special, I believe. Wait a minute. Tell me, is there no way to get off this place? Is Lugia, the guardian of the sea, unable to get off a small island? How could I cross the ocean like this? Don't be ridiculous. We can rent a boat at the harbor. That's the only thing that you can do to get off the island. Renting means you borrow something in exchange for a handful of Poke money. So we're trying to explain to him what renting means. This guy obviously is not too familiar with his human form. If you help me get a ship, I'll grant you a wish as soon as I'm back in my Lugia Pokemon form. And we say it's all nonsense and that wishes are something that we should fulfill ourselves. Okay. Let's see what Lucius says to that. Okay, he's trying to find out what that word means. I don't want to say it on the stream, but you can see it if you can read it. Okay, and peonies come out. Look how many conches and colored shells I found. I'm sure they will be useful for your rosary. Well, what does that matter? The sea is restless. I have a bad feeling. Okay, we're back in the house. What a weirdo. Hey, well, a strange blue Pokemon that talks, and the other one insists he's Lugia, one of the legendary Pokemon. He also says he wants a boat. Yes, I know. A long time ago, during one of my trips, I heard a rumor that certain deities could take human form. Okay, and we're going to go look at a photograph. So I don't know who this person is. It must be somebody we have lost or something, maybe a family member. If he's really telling the truth, maybe he would know. Lugia or not, those two can't stay here forever. I'll guide them to the village and have Preta take them to the pier. From there they'll be able to leave the island. No, don't worry, you'll stay here. You're too old to go to the forest. I'll go tell him. I imagine he's still on the beach. Okay, so we've agreed to help Lucius. We just want to get him off the island. We don't want him to stay here forever. But we're just going to have a quick little squiz around our house here. See if there's any items in these boxes or anything. Okay, no. Let's go catch up with Lucius and tell him we'll help him get to the pier so he can leave and hopefully find a boat. And Lucius is busy playing with some Wiglet. Wiglet, little Wiglet. What the hell are you doing with that poor Wiglet? You're very kind. You do not go away like certain mister when the guardian of the sea begs for help. Yes, he was rude. Very rude, mister. So Lucius is taking shots at us. I'm already regretting it. Okay, it's beautiful. I love the scenery and how the Pokemon are just interacting with nature. Don't worry, Peony will always be there for Master Lucius. Listen, I've decided I'm going to help you. What? Are you serious? Oh, I knew you wouldn't abandon me. Yeah, sure. I'll help you get through the forest so you can get to town. Then you can use my old fishing boat to get to wherever you need. And the wish offer still stands, you know. Are you sure? Right, now we need all the help we can get. So, by the way, how should I address you? I still don't know your name. You're right, I forgot to introduce myself. Anthony Delmore. Mr. Delmore, I look forward to working with you. He knows I'll only take him to the ship. Anthony is fine. You don't have to be so formal. Understood, Mr. Anthony. Be ready to leave as soon as you are. No, I mean, you can just call... Oh, don't worry. I have to pick up a couple of things. We'll stop off at our house and then we'll be ready to go. Of course. Okay, so we've agreed to help Lucius. We're going to go to the house, pick up a few items, and then make our way through the forest. And we can try get him to a boat. Let's see, I should grab the cleanse tag, the Pokeball, and maybe some food for the journey. So it looks like that stuff is all on the table here. We've got some Pokeballs. I've never had to use one again, but we better take it in case. Looks like there's also a cleanse tag here. And we had a whole bunch of food for Walreen here in the top left. I think that's all we need. We got some berries. A couple berries never hurt. Okay, so it looks like we got everything. Let's see if Peony's ready. Okay, Peony said she's kept some things in a satchel that she didn't want to lose. And it's just a couple of conches and colored shells. But not to worry, Peony is just trying to be polite. She says she'll carry everything. And it looks like we're ready to go. Maybe we can make our way through the forest. Okay, that was all. We can go. Mr. Anthony, excuse me, I couldn't help but notice that the paper you're reading, the cleanse tag, it used to scare away Pokemon. I carry it with me whenever I walk through the forest. Okay, and Lucius says, do you know that that cleanse tag doesn't actually have that effect? It won't keep Pokemon away. And we always thought that it worked, that it kept Pokemon from attacking us. So Lucius says, lend it to me for a second, and he sticks it on Peony. And you see, it doesn't help anything. Peony didn't run away at all. Because he's got a point. That's one way of proving it. So maybe we were just lucky going through the forest all those times that Pokemon didn't attack us. And we said if we were a wielder and we had our own Pokemon, then it wouldn't be much of a problem. But we don't have any Pokemon to battle with. Warren is too old, he's retired. And we have only got one Pokeball left, I think, and he says you can't just catch a Pokemon with just throwing a Pokeball. You first got to battle it and weaken it. And I don't want to risk it. It's not worth the risk throwing Pokeball at a Pokemon. But we decide let's just go for it. Let's see. We'll go to the forest. If we come across a Pokemon, we'll throw a Pokeball. And he says the area is common for having Wattrel, so maybe we'll probably come across a Wattrel. That would be a pretty cool starter Pokemon. It's one of the new Gen 9 flying and electric types. You'll receive your first Pokemon in the following scene. Make sure you've already set your desired difficulty and limitations. You can change them at any point in the game from the options menu. Okay, so if you want to make the game more difficult, now's your time to do so. Explore the options menu and see what's happening there. Change everything that you need to. And we come across a bubble, and he says it's an accumulation of prana. That's what he said earlier. He also mentioned that we have got a lot of prana. Prana is a type of energy that gives form to all living beings. To give you a better understanding, it is which allows you to distinguish one Pokemon or human from another. I'll keep trying to play along. This poor guy's clearly lost his marbles. Okay, so it looks like this prana is like energy or something. So there's like a ball of energy that can be a Pokemon or person. So he said this prana is contaminated, but there is a way to purify it. He says if he had his rosary, he'd be able to take the prana to its original appearance. So he wants us not to touch it. We must just walk past it. The more he tells me, the more I want to do it. So yep, it looked like we're gonna touch it. Gah, I knew he went straight to go and touch it. Why do all humans do the opposite of what they're told? I haven't touched it, really, but you are about to do it. What? Wait a moment, this... Has the prana been purified? No, impossible. Only the guardian of the sea can carry such power. What? Okay, so maybe we help purify it. That's a bit strange. So maybe we've also got some kind of power. Who knows? Okay, now Lucius is working his magic. With the flow restored, the being clings to the reminiscence of the past. That's right, this Pokemon was... Okay, now it looks like we can choose Barboach, Knackley, Cormy, Tampole, Wattrel. So I'm guessing this is where we start our journey. We can choose our starter Pokemon. I'm gonna go with Barboach, but Nackley also looks pretty cool. Okay, so we obtained Barboach. We got our first starter Pokemon. How interesting. Somehow your Prana can recover the lost forms of the bubbles. Okay, so it's really cool. It's a nice intro, completely new storyline. I do like Barboach because I think it evolves into Whiscash, which is an interesting type. I like Water and Electric. It's an interesting typing. That looks like we got our first starter Pokemon. Okay. You, what you've done. Are you really Lugia? What? Don't tell me that all this time? I put all my good faith in you from the beginning and this is how you repay me? Okay, so we're starting to actually believe that he might actually be Lugia. And Lucius can't believe that we ever doubted him. But what are we supposed to do after we just believe that a person is a Pokemon? Okay, and we're having a little argument here, but it looks like everything's good. And we decided we better get going. We gotta go through this forest. So I think we're gonna end off the first part of the game here. We got our starter Pokemon. What an intro to the game. It's been incredible, really amazing story so far. So I'm excited to see where our adventure unfolds from this point. But that's all it's gonna be. Thanks a lot for watching.